Well, with so many compliments and being better than coffee, it's a high start. Gotta say, difficult to keep up with this. Listen, I'm Tim. I'm Tim Sitdikov. You know me. Some of you do, some of you don't. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm the guy who has been called wearing a pajama now, but that's a suit. And if you think it's a pajama, that is not true. You can call it a clown suit, but that's a suit still, and I like it. So hope you find it stylish. Listen, so this is the fourth event I'm attending of Algarve Tech Summit. And the very first thing I want to say thank you for the team of the Algarve for making it possible, for making it happen. There's this one guy who starts this, and there's a team. And everyone is equally important, but that one guy is Miguel Fernandez. This guy is here. I want you guys to know him. It's Miguel. You all know him, so thank you. And the team, they are all over, and thank you guys for making it. And yeah, thank you again. So going back to me, I'm Tim. I'm the founder of World Talents, and I'm going to talk about what we do. And I hope you enjoy the presentation. Let me ask you one thing. So, how many LinkedIn connections do you have in your LinkedIn? 1,000? 500, more? Okay, 5,000, a lot. Okay, doesn't matter really. What matters is how many of those contacts are you able to dial or send a message to and propose something meaningful or come up to them with a deal so that they will jump on a call with you next minute. So the gap between those thousands of contacts you have in your LinkedIn or phone address book, whatever that is, and between how many people you can actually call, that is what's important. So we are going to talk about how to bridge that gap and how to address it. I want to share with you, I'm going to also be using notes, okay? Today, I want to share how regions like the Algarve pioneering a new model of network building, one that creates long-lasting value and makes everyone involved. We live in the most connected digital age in the history, and yet somehow truly valuable connections remain surprisingly rare. So let's pose a question. Are we networking or are we network building? There is a critical difference, and networking is simply about collecting contacts. Network building is about cultivating and building relationships. Think about the networks that have genuinely joined your journey. I actually introduced Miguel. Miguel helped us a lot to develop the business here. That is one of the connections which I can introduce to you as life-changing. And I'm pretty sure that for many of you, he was the person to have changed that journey. Not only Miguel, there's quite a few people, just some of them are missing. Ugo is one of those. Ugo, hello. He's not here, sorry. I'd wager they weren't built at, yeah, we did not meet at speed networking event. Yeah, definitely not. And I was drinking at that time, maybe that helped. Neither was that at LinkedIn. But they were built with intention. They were built with an intention to build together, to collaborate, and solve actual problems together. That's what makes a network, that's what makes a connection valuable. So the first is depth, knowing people better. I don't know when his birthday is, but to be honest, I know him quite well. Mutual growth over transactions, not what you can do for me, but what we can do together and what we can achieve together. Ecosystem thinking, where individual success can contribute to the collective growth. When we achieve this, we're not just networking, we're finally building something sustainable and, more importantly, impactful. But how do we move from theory to practice? Let's talk about the connections being forged in Portugal. We go to case study. The numbers tell a compelling story about the startup ecosystem growth that's happening in the country. The ecosystem grew more than 16% year over year in 2024, reaching over 4,700 active startups spanning industries from fintech to renewable energy. These startups have generated more than 2.6 billion in revenue and created 26,000 plus jobs. Tech leads this growth with 63% of all Portuguese startups operating in information and communication technology. But there is what most people miss in these numbers. For years, the attention concentrated in just two cities, Lisbon and Porto. And this is the changing tendency. Growth is spreading across the country, and the Algarve is becoming a blueprint of how other regions can develop their own ecosystem. In the ecosystem, we're here. Let me give you a very concrete example of what valuable network building looks like in practice. Through World Talents, that's me and us and our company, and Global Talent Portugal, that's the initiative of World Talents, which we have been developing in Portugal. We've been connecting global entrepreneurs, researchers, and investors with the Portuguese university, including the University of Algarve. We're talking about direct access to entrepreneurs behind NASDAQ-listed companies valued at billions of dollars, executives from Google and Microsoft, and investors managing billions of worth portfolios across some of the most exciting emerging technologies today. This isn't just another partnership. This is a program which has been created, designed to help develop the region and attract truly valuable and can create those valuable connections between the entrepreneurs and the ecosystems. So for the entrepreneurs, as you might think, like, why would an entrepreneur want to participate in the program? You get access to fresh talent who are actively looking to apply their skills and build something meaningful. Our entrepreneurs gain R&D capabilities without having to build that infrastructure from scratch. They're able to tap directly into university networks, alumni communities, and emerging startups. That's entrepreneurs. For the university, research and academic work find real-world application, new funding opportunities, and industry partnerships open up organically. Students and faculty get direct access to international networks and global exposure. And for the region, economic diversification starts happening naturally. You are no longer dependent on sectors like tourism alone. Knowledge transfer raises the entire ecosystem, but not just individual players. And there is a compelling reason being created for talent to stay here, or better yet, to move to here. Here's where it gets interesting, the ripple effect. Picture this. That entrepreneur who connects with a university researcher, they meet a graduating student who becomes their CTO. That student recommends a classmate to another startup. That researcher collaborates with a professor at another institution. Suddenly, one valuable connection spawns 10 or 20 others. Before you know, you are part of a network filled with hundreds of open doors. This is network building. That's where we started. This is network building, not one transaction, but a foundation that multiplies value over time. So what makes those networks valuable? And when we talk about that, it goes just to three pillars. First, trust. Not just a let's grab a coffee sometime, but trust built through transparency and consistent value delivery, like making steak together. When the University of Algarve partners with an entrepreneur for Global Talent Portugal, both parties follow through. That reliability becomes the foundation for deeper collaboration. Second, complementarity. Valuable networks do not connect just similar people, they connect different strengths to different needs. An entrepreneur brings market knowledge and agility. A university brings research depth and emerging talent. A region brings infrastructure and community. The magic happens at the intersection. Sustainability, the third. Here's the true test of valuable network. Does it grow stronger over time or weaker? Transactional networks decay. You meet, you exchange, you move on. But networks built on trust with complementary value become more valuable with each interaction. The Algarve model works precisely because we've designed for long-term ecosystem growth, not short-term wins. Let me just leave you with a vision. Portugal is becoming a hub where global entrepreneurs drive local innovation, not despite being outside the traditional tech centers, but because of it. We're building valuable networks in wonderful regions like the Algarve, connecting global talent with local opportunity. Well, and we're proving it works. It works. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate the attention and listening to me.